Hello, welcome back to Hazel Jane Tarot, and today I'm going to be unboxing and having a little look through the Pamela Colman Smith Commemorative set, and this is by US Games. Now, I got this as a part of my goodie bag at the TABI conference at the end of July. So that's the Tarot Association of the British Isles, and they had like a big goodie bag for each participant in the conference, and this was one of the things that I got. So I already have the deck. I bought the deck separately a couple of years ago, but I don't use it very often, so this is something a little bit different because it has these books with it. So let's have a look. The Smith Waite Centennial Edition Tarot deck is in here. Okay. And then the books, postcards, and prints are in here. So the deck, I'm not gonna open this right now because I do have a copy of the Centennial deck in the tuck box. And if I'm going to pass one of these copies on to someone else, it makes sense that it's this one that's still in the plastic rather than me giving somebody the one I've already used. So I'm just going to keep that in there. If you have, I'm sure you've seen the Centennial before 100 times anyway. It has that nice, slightly faded colour, and the US Games cardstock is lovely. I love US Games cardstock. It's got a nice soft feel to it and shuffles really well. This little organza bag, this is not the kind of bag I would keep a deck in. It's, it's a bit flimsy and see-through, so I don't know if I would use that for a deck. If I had nothing else, I might use it. It's more like something I maybe would put crystals or jewelry or something in. So let's have a look. The big thing for me with this is going to be the books on the other side. So, we have two books and some other stuff. So let's see. The Artwork and Times of Pamela Colman Smith, the artist of the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, by Stuart Kaplan and Lynn Arullo. So this is an important book, and this was an important deck, I think, this Centennial kit, to really acknowledge Pixie's contribution to the creation of the tarot as we know it. So, okay, so this book's going to go right into the influences on her art style, and, where that sort of that heavy line work and the kind of, it's almost like a flat style. I'm not very knowledgeable about art history, but I do find it very interesting. And I mean, there were lots of artists had been painting in a much more three-dimensional style for a long time. So this is like a conscious choice to move towards this sort of quite flat, very obviously drawn style with the line work. I am really intrigued to read this. I'm definitely going to read this because I think understanding how her style fits in with art history and the kind of, it reminds me of maybe, is it Toulouse-Lautrec's kind of posters for Parisian events and so on. It's got that sort of feel to it, and illustrations that I've seen in Oscar Wilde's play Salome. I'm not sure the artist, but there's a similar feel to the illustrations. So be interesting to read a bit about her life and how her art, because I didn't like Pixie's art, the art of the Rider-Waite Smith, when I first got into tarot, and I avoided buying the deck for the longest time because I didn't like it. And then I got it, and I've really learned to really respect and enjoy it. And I have a copy of the Blushing Fool, and it's a lovely deck to use. So I have got that. I like her work a lot better over the years. So we have a couple of spreads here. The woven spread, which is the Celtic Cross, a variation upon it. 3-card relationship spread, you, them, and outcome. Interesting. I love how many variations there are on 3-card spreads. And then a 5-card love spread. Okay, so 2 kind of relationship themed spreads in that little booklet. And then we have some postcards. So unidentified portrait. Oh, these are cool. A scene from Tamar, the Russian ballet. The Golden Vanity by Pamela Colman Smith. There's a gorgeous Empress card. The scene from Deirdre Act 3, illustrated by Pamela Colman Smith. So it's a Celtic myth or Celtic legend. And then here we have an illustration for Christmas Carol by Edwin Waugh. The one on the cover, I think this came with the other deck, the top box version of the Centennial, and this is a scene from Much Ado About Nothing by Shakespeare of Beatrice listening to Hero talking about they're luring her into falling in love with Benedict in Much Ado About Nothing. So that's that scene. And I think I had that image on a little tarot-sized card with the other deck. And now we have a picture of Pamela Colman Smith herself, that famous illustration. That's really nice. Or famous photograph, sorry. This, you are Mary, so am I, ha ha, Ellen Terry. I wonder what that, maybe it is explained in the little book. And then we have a kind of trio of pictures. Okay, I have to have a wee look at that, see what the story is there. And again, this is not attributed to any particular, to what the context of it is, so I'll have to read and see if I can find out. But that's really nice to have all those. I wonder what I'll do with them. But I think reading the book will put it into context a bit. And then we have this, The Pictorial Key to the Tarot by Arthur Edward Waite. Now, I do not have this, and I'm going to get some scissors. Hold on. Okay, so let's open it up. So my expectation is that this is not going to be terribly readable. The Pictorial Key to the Tarot, a lot chunkier than I would have expected. I think it's because every little white book is so, it's just a couple of keywords. I'd sort of assumed that the original that is sort of based off is going to be something similar. Okay, so what have we got? The veil and its symbols. Okay, so we have these little, the doctrine behind the veil, outer method of the oracles. Okay, let's pick one at random and see what it says. 8 cups. A man of dejected aspect is deserting the cups of his felicity, enterprise, undertaking, or previous concern. Divinatory meanings. The card speaks for itself on the surface, but other readings are entirely antithetical, giving joy, mildness, timidity, honour, modesty. In practice, it's usually found that the card shews the decline of a matter, or that a matter which has been thought to be important is really of slight consequence, either for good or evil. And the reversed meaning is great joy, happiness, and feasting. Okay. So the overall theme of the image that I'd be familiar with is there, but yeah, let's have another one. A hand issuing, so this is the Ace of Pentacles, a hand issuing as usual from a cloud holds up a pentacle. Divinatory meanings, perfect contentment, felicity, ecstasy, also speedy intelligence, gold. Reversed, an evil side of wealth, bad intelligence, also great riches. In any case, it shows prosperity, comfortable material conditions, but whether those are of advantage to the possessor will depend on whether the card is reversed or not. This is interesting. I have a feeling that if I were to read through this, I would find that bits of the meanings that Arthur Edward Waite attributed to the tarot have filtered through to my understanding of the tarot, and that some bits are like those very disjointed lists of keywords that I was familiar with in the early days of my little white book reading, where I was kind of like, how can it mean those two things at the same time? Let's pick another one. This is intriguing. Okay, so Temperance, that's one of my favorite cards. A winged angel with the sign of the sun upon its forehead and on its breast, the square and triangle of the septenary. I speak of him in the masculine sense, but the figure is neither male or female. Okay, that would be my understanding. The fact that if it's neither male nor female, Wade decides to use him anyway is just makes me laugh. It is held to be pouring the essence of life from chalice to chalice. It has 1 foot on the earth and 1 upon waters, thus illustrating the nature of the essences. Okay, a direct path goes up to certain heights of the verge, on the verge of the horizon, and above there is a great light through which a crown is seen vaguely. Hereof is some part of the secret of eternal life, as it is possible to man in his incarnation. All the conventional elements are renounced herein. Okay, that last sentence doesn't quite make sense to me. So also are the conventional meanings, which are to refer to changes in the seasons, perpetual movement of life, and even the combination of ideas. It is, moreover, untrue to say the figure symbolises the genius of the sun, though it is an analogy of solar light realised in the third part of our human triplicity. It is called temperance fantastically because when the rule of it obtains in our consciousness, it tempers, combines, and harmonises the psychic and material natures. Under the rule, we know in our rational part something of whence we came and whither we are going. Okay, that's the kind of tone I was more expecting in this book. The minor arcana was a bit clearer. That's a bit, dare I say it, waffly. I think some of our modern tarot guidebook writers have done a better job. Oh, there's Temperance in the front. Of taking all that symbolism and sort of high level meaning and then distilling it down a bit more into how that applies to your life. And of course, our contemporary lives are greatly varied, and our lives vary from the life of, a rich guy who lived more than 100 years ago. So I'm assuming he was rich. I don't know. Anyway, a guy who was in the Golden Dawn more than 100 years ago, his life is going to be different and his perspective is going to be different. So I don't think reading this is going to make me think that's the proper original way that you were supposed to look at tarot. I think it's just another layer to add on to our understanding. So I probably will read that too, but I'll read the book about Pamela Colman Smith first, because yeah, that'll be really, really interesting. So yeah, there's a lot in this set. I think I am glad that I got it in my goodie bag, and I think what I'll end up doing is passing on maybe trading or gifting on the deck to someone else and keeping my deck that I already have. I might move the deck I already have into this box, but this is a big box and storage is always an issue in my house, so I might end up just reading the books and then putting the box somewhere else rather than on display. Okay, well look, if you've got this Centennial Commemorative set, do let me know what you've made of reading those books, especially the actual Edward Waite Key to the Tarot, which I've never looked at before today. If you'd be interested in hearing a bit more, like a review of that book once I've actually read the whole thing, do let me know in the comments. That is the kind of thing maybe that I would like to do on this channel, is sort of more after the fact reviews rather than walkthroughs. But yeah, this is fantastic to have got for free, and I look forward to reading it and seeing what I make of the content. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.